Hello, welcome to today's edition of Kingdom Principles for Success in Life. Today, God has placed a very interesting message in my heart, and it's titled "Mighty Men and Women." And we're going to read from 2 Samuel chapter 23, verse 8. The first part of it. These be the names of the mighty men whom David had. When we read, from verse 16, from verse 8 to 23 of this particular chapter, we find a very detailed and very interesting account of the mighty men whom David had. The amazing exploits that they did. These men killed giants, some killed lions, some single-handedly destroyed armies and won great victories for Israel. Now, they were called mighty men of David because of the extraordinary things that they did, fighting and working for David. Because of these men, David could concentrate, and focus on more important matters. The dream of every pastor, every leader, every CEO is to have men who are self-motivated, men who understand the vision and the mission of the organization, men and women who are loyal to the core. These were the kind of men that David had, and we see this in the same Second Samuel chapter 23, verse 13 to 16. And the Bible says, "And these three of the 30 chief went down and came to David in the harvest in the time of in the cave of Adullam, and the troop of the Philistines pitched in the valley of Raphim. And David was then in an hold, and the garrison of the Philistines was then in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, Oh, that one will give to me the drink of the water of the well of Bethlehem, which is by the gate. And the three mighty men broke through the host of the Philistines and drew water out of the well of Bethlehem that was by the gate, and took it and brought it to David. Nevertheless, he would not drink thereof, but poured it out unto the Lord." Now, David did not ask these men for water. All David did was that he just wished, he longed, he said, "Oh, I wish I could drink water from this well that is by Bethlehem." And these three men, went out of their way and fought through the Philistine army, right? And destroyed the army of Philistine just to make David's wish come true. Every church, every pastor, every church needs men and women, needs mighty men and women. Every pastor needs mighty men and women. Every leader needs mighty men and women. Every company, every CEO, every employer of labor needs mighty men and women. Men and women who will handle challenges, who will handle projects. Men and women who will see a need in the church, or in the organization, and they'll work towards meeting it, and they'll walk to meet it and make it happen without being told. Businessmen and women ought to be mighty men in their churches. Businessmen and women must be like these mighty men whom David had in their churches. They must come out and do amazing exploits. This is one of the reasons for businessmen to be in churches. Today, decide to be one of the mighty men or women, right, in your church, in your local assembly, in your place of work, right? Be the one that they count on. Be one of the giant killers. In fact, kill giants regularly. Let it be one of your pastimes, to kill giants. When they talk about the mighty men or women of your church or your company, your name should be mentioned. Do have a terrific day, and see you tomorrow.